Hey there, and how are you today? My name is Carla. I am an adult doll collector, and you're in my hangout. And today we're in, well, my new walk-in closet. And so you join me while we built this closet. And this closet was my prototype. Now, this one is set up pretty much the same as this one. And I don't need them to be identical. But I would like to have this extra space also for the walk-in closet because, come on, that would be mint. So I thought I would take this one here and revamp it. Just turn, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to add some more shelves in here so the dolls can store some smaller things, jewelry boxes and stuff like that here. I thought I'd turn this into the area for the vanity, so a little table and a mirror, get rid of that. And then turn this part into some drawers and then some shelves above the drawers. What do you think? You think that would work? I think it might. So join me as I kind of rip this thing apart and refresh it. And let's hope I have a nice, cool addition to the wardrobe. All right, so I tore out the shelves and the shelving bars on this side and in here. So I've now cut 6 pieces of 2 by 11 pieces of leftover packaging. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on these 2 ends, and I'm going to just cover this part because, you can't, it's hard to do demolition without doing some demolishing, and that looks a little demolished. So I just put that in there, though. I think it'll pretty much cover that up. There we go. All pertified. And then I paint it. So, and I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. Before I put the paper down in here, I'm going to take out this middle part. So that might take some doing. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to try using a butter knife. And I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to see if I can go at it from down here too. We'll pull this out. This one out. Let's see, can I just push up on this now? There we go. Right, there we go. And then I need to cut this part out. So make it the best I can. Once again, there we go. Pry up the extra pieces that I added to it. Oh, my hands are shaky. Stop. All right. All right. Now I just have to do some cleanup. Hi. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I would just like to remind you that if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more content, it really helps if you hit the like button. And I think it's somewhere in here. And there is now a hype button. And if you could hit that, that helps tremendously. And then of course, subscribing is always great too, but definitely, yeah, like and hype. That would be awesome. All right, back to the video. Well, pro tip. When you are trying to film a tutorial and throw the ball for the dog, and then go back to filming the tutorial, maybe you should hit play. Yeah, memo to myself. Let's do that in the future. I thought I was filming when I put this in and when I put these in, but it wasn't. And I considered ripping them out and redoing it on camera, but I hate ripping out foam board. So I'm just going to explain what I did while I was not filming the filming. So anyway, I made some new rows for the shelf. So this is all going to be shelving. This is going to be a vanity area. So I put in, so all I did in here was put in the shelf and put a new thing down here. That's it. And then over here is going to be some drawers. So I put a piece of foam board on both sides, and then I cut several to fit in the space. These are not as perfectly measured as the other one because this was the prototype. So I can't give you measurements, but they'll be close to what the other one would have been. Yeah, that helps. So anyway, so I have, and I did put my shelves at different widths. I don't know why I do that, but I often do that when I'm doing drawers. I don't know why, but there we go. There we have it. So anyway, this is going to be a set of drawers, and then I figured I'd put another shelf up high. So because drawers could take a while, because we want everything to dry before we do too much with them, let's build the drawers first. All right, so I have already pre-cut my pieces, and I use some leftover packaging, and it is actually smaller than the actual shelf for it. I don't usually have the drawers go all the way back for no particularly good reason. That's just what I do. So anyway, what I'm going to do is we're going to put on 2 smaller pieces. And I'm going to put that on all the way at the edge here, but on top of the, this, all the way to the edge. I'm going to take a long one. And I'm going to put that in all the way to the back, and where it's kind of coming in on here, okay? So that so the shorter ones will be the 2 ends, but I do want it to be all the way to the edge here. Right flush with the edge. And the dog is back with his ball. So what happens when you have a young, high-energy dog is there is high energy. Okay, and once again, I have this flush right with the edge here. Then I'm going to put this on. Actually, yeah. So for the last one, I just need to put some glue on the bottom. That's it. And it looks like I'm going to have a little bit of an overlap there. I'm not too worried about that because that can be cut off later. And then just kind of fidget with it a bit until the drawer looks, you know, correct. All right, and I'm going to make the other sets of drawers while this one dries. Okay, and while those are drying, let's get to getting more of this together. So I do want a little something down here. So I cut one of those dowels. It was the same size that I used for the clothes. And I'm going to put that in down here. Slide that all the way in over there. And going to put this in. So we're just kind of building some furniture here. So I made a couple of these. This is I don't know how much I like this pattern or not, but these are just to go under here. And if you want me to put these up on my site for you to copy them, let me know. But they're really, really kind of basic. And I just stacked 4 together. And I'm going to glue this under here. I can bring that there, and I want it up like so. I'm going to do the same thing, well, obviously on the other side, right? Right. And I think that when this is painted, it will look cool. I mean, I'm trying to not go overly ornate, which is kind of tough because I tend to want to do that. There we go. Now I have this, and I want to put this in front here. Put that right here, so it's level with that. All right, so the drawers are all dry. So what I'm going to do is I've cut off some facings and I made them just a little bit longer than the drawer. And then I beveled down all 4 sides. So what I'm going to do now is to glue the drawer to the drawer front. And if I forgot to mention earlier, we're using wood glue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of eyeball them, having this in the middle. And then I'm going to take where the bottom of this, and I want it to come all the way down to the edge. Like so. I think that looks like about the middle of it there. There. Yeah. And I'm going to put the fronts on the other drawers as well. Let's dress up the dresser. See what I did there? All right, so I have a couple of these. These are the coffee stir, the coffee stir sticks, or the really skinny sticks. So I just cut 2 of these down. Okay, now I have some of these really, really skinny sticks. Yeah, they're definitely more slender than the skewers, and they're shorter. But I'm gonna put some of these in the middle on each one of these. The drawers are ready. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the front and the sides. I will not be painting the inside, the bottoms, or the back. Just the front and sides here. And I'm going to do 2 coats of gesso and a coat of regular paint, just like I always do. I have all the trim on things. I'm not going to paint the insides of all this, but I'm going to paint all this exposed stuff. 2 coats of gesso and a coat of titanium white. All right, so I've done the 2 coats of gesso and the coat of titanium white. I put the shelves back in. I didn't need to show you guys how to do that because we've done that before. This little mirror I got from, I think Temu, and I hung that up because I actually ordered it for this occasion. I thought it'd be kind of neat and quaint. And we only have a couple more things to do now. Now, we have these drawers, and I was like wiping the brush thing off in them because I did, but I wasn't trying to paint the insides. Now, I don't know the average age of my viewers here right now, but in my era, when I would go to my grandma's house and open up a drawer, and a lot of you guys probably can remember opening up drawers, and there'd be some kind of like pretty, I guess wrapping paper that would line the drawers. This is before they had shelving paper, proper shelving paper and contact paper. So people would use wrapping paper. And so I had a sheet of this, and I thought these would look neat down inside the drawers. So I cut these down to size, and I'm going to put them in each drawer. And it's just a little detail that no one will probably ever see, but we'll know they're there. And it's just, like I said, it's just a little tiny little thing. I mean, it doesn't matter. But it mattered enough to me that I decided I wanted to do it anyway. So I guess it matters a little bit. But yeah, okay. Now, I wanted to put 2 drawer pulls per drawer, but I only had 5 of these, and this has been a long process already, so I didn't really want to go and try to make drawer pulls. So I'm just going to put 1 of these on each drawer. And I'm just going to, glue them on. All right. Once these dry, we can put them in the shelves. All All right, so here it is finished. Not spectacular, but still, we now have a place to sit. And we have functioning drawers. I don't have them crammed in all the way yet because I don't want them getting, stuck yet. So, anyway, but yeah. But we have functioning drawers and lights again. So hopefully this is helpful and it gives you another section for for your wardrobe. All right, well, this brings us to the end of our tutorial, and I hope you had fun following along and adding on to our wardrobe. Yeah, if there are any where can I finds, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always more than happy to answer those questions. And I hope I get to see some of your recreations of this closet because I'm loving it. I think it's great, and I'm excited that I get to now use it for showing off new fashions and the purses, and it will serve a lot of purposes. So yay! So now if you like this video, please hit like. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much for being a subscriber. I love my subscribers. I appreciate my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, well, go ahead and subscribe. I love my subscribers, and then I can adore you as well. Go ahead and hit that hype button too. You can find that on your phone, and it goes a long way toward helping. Please definitely comment down below. Let me know what you thought of things. If you take the time to comment, I will take the time to answer. Sometimes it takes me a few days, but I always answer. Always. Yeah, let me know what you thought of things. Was there something you liked better than others? Were there any surprises? Did anything give you any happy memories? Or what about happy memories that you have of checking out a grandparent's closet or a mother's closet? I'm sure we all have some happy memories of looking through knickknacks and keepsakes from loved ones. So go ahead and share that too. Sharing is caring, and I think this would make a great thing to share for people who do want to make, wardrobes for their dolls, right? So yeah, so please go ahead and share it. And on that note though, I'm gonna let you go. And no matter what time of day it is, whether it's morning, noon, or night, I do hope it's fantastic because you guessed it, you deserve fantastic things. And I'm out of here, so goodbye.